Welcome to the 2022 Noosa Enduro. Very exciting time for us, and the second ever national, specialised national gravel cycling championships, which is very exciting. So yeah, guys. First of all, thanks for coming. It's been a really challenging period for us for several reasons. Last year we had COVID. This year we've got rain, and a lot of rain. So it's been a challenging period. We've had to reroute the course, as most of you know by now, which is not what we envisaged, but we really were committed to making this event happen, and we didn't want to let everyone down. So we've come up with a Plan B course, which is actually pretty cool. We're pretty excited about it, and yeah, just have everyone's expectations understood that there is potholes out there. There is some difficult conditions, but Bob and the team have been spending the last 5 days really just getting out there trying to get things right, building bridges, having council grade roads and fix things up. So it's looking pretty good. So yeah, my name's Matt Wilson. I'm the event director, and Bob's the race director, Bob Morris.
Hey.
So first of all, I'd just like to thank our sponsors that have come on board this year, especially Specialized. They've been fantastic. QPWS, which is the Parks and Wildlife Service, have been great. Queensland Police, always great, and Noosa Council, just so supportive of everything we're doing. So thank you to them. First of all, we just want everyone to check the start list online, just to make sure you're registered in the right events and all those details are correct ahead of game time. Just a bit of a talk about the village. So we have parking available on site for $5 a car. Cash is preferred. Obviously it's going to be a lot quicker in the morning if you do have cash ready to go there. If you are local, if you live local, if you're just staying local and you can ride to the event, it's by far the best option. Be quick, easy, and won't be any traffic being congested. Registration is open on Saturday.
Yep.
Oh, sorry. You can pick up your registration packs on tomorrow.
Yep.
From 12 till 6, or you can pick them up on Saturday until I think it's 6 p.m.
Yep.
At the village. So that's great, and there is late registration available an hour before the start as well on the Sunday. A few notes from the police. So, guys, this is not a closed road event. This is an open road event, which means that road rules apply at all times. Very, very important. I know it's a national championship. Everyone wants to get out there and win, or maybe you're not the national championship. Either way, it is road rules apply out there, which means you must be 2 abreast maximum at all times. You can go 3 abreast as you're passing someone, but only if you're not impeding any other vehicles. In the really busy roads especially, please keep hard to the left. On the descent into Taunton, into the finish, which is about 4 kilometres to go. You have a very, very steep descent on a busy road. There's absolutely no overtaking on that descent. That's between the roads of Tinbirwa Road and Gindia Drive along that descent, so please single file along there. When you're on McKinnon Drive, it's about 5 kilometres into the event. Please stay hard left. There is witches' hats all along McKinnon Drive. Just to remind you to stay left. Please, no overtaking in that period. It's not that long. Once we get out, you've got more options to overtake then. So please stay single file, stay within those witches' hats. Very, very important. Throughout the event, we're riding across the pristine Noosa hinterland. So please respect the environment. Please no littering. Please understand that we're traveling a lot of the times through private land. So throwing out your gel, throwing out your bottle or something into someone's yard when they're allowing us to go through their land is just disrespectful. And we want to have this event for the next 10 years. So please do respect that. At times we are in national parks, please stay on the trail that's designated with signage. It'll limit damage to the local flora and fauna, which is very important. And it's also very important that you come to the start with a clean bike. So bringing seeds and weeds and mud from different environments into this environment can cause a lot of environmental damage. So please make sure you've got a clean bike there when you come in. Our village and our event, we're working a lot with plastic-free Noosa to create as close to a zero waste event as we possibly can, which means that we've got certain rules that we'd like everyone to follow for us, please. That means if you're bringing single-use plastics into the event, please just take it home with you, stick it in your bag or your pocket, take it home and throw it out, dispose of it, responsibly there. If you can't take it home, just please make sure you use the correct bins to put it in, so it's recycled correctly. Please use the water fountains to stay hydrated. We've provided usable bottles. Everyone should have a drink bottle anyway, but please just use those fountains to refill. Don't go and get a cup or another bottle. It's just a waste. We've provided jute string instead of cable ties for your race plates. Please use those. Don't use cable ties and break them off and throw them out or drop them. There's just no need for it. The jute string works really, really well. And then all the number plates have your name on it too, so don't break them off and throw them away. Please take them home with you, stick them on the wall. Bit of a memento of the event. There's 2 out and back sections, and Bob will probably mention it in his brief as well, but I just want to say it myself. Those 2 out and back sections, they're quite narrow roads, and we've had to do that obviously because we can't pass sections that we originally wanted to do now. So please, you have to stay hard left on those out and back sections of the course, because you're going to have obviously riders coming the other way, but especially the climb up to Tablelands Road. You can imagine you've got riders climbing up and then you've got riders trying to come down fast, drifting across the road. Can be very dangerous. So please take care on that descent. Stay on the left. Don't try and break any records down there. Get down the bottom and then go. So just stay hard left on those sections. So that's about it from my side, Bob.
Okay, let's talk how the racing's going to be run. Start off with, you're going to be grouping you, penning you up in category order. We're going to be letting you know tomorrow about the wave starts. At this stage, we're not totally sure, but it's likely there'll be 2 waves, or 2 or 3 waves for the AusCycling National Championships for gravel. The wave starts, we'll be pinning you up in category order. We'll try and get those wave starts away on time, but because you are riding neutral behind a police car for the first about 1.5 Ks, and there's traffic involved, knowing exactly how long it will take for the police car to get back, we can only assume it's going to be 15 minutes. It might be slightly shorter, it might be slightly longer, and we apologise if it is slightly longer. We'll let you go. Wave starts. The police car is going to take off at about 20 kilometres an hour along that road. Please keep up. We need you to stay in that group until you get off the neutral section. If you do have mechanical in that section, you've got to basically make your way along the bike path on the side of the road, because that road, as soon as the main body of people are through, they've got to be opening the road. So we really need you to stay in the group as much as possible.
And just remember too, guys, this is a timed national championship, so it's the fastest time that wins, not necessarily the first one across the line. So if you do end up in a different wave than your category,
yep,
don't stress, it doesn't matter. It's the fastest time that wins.
That's right. So then you're released on Golf Course Drive. In Golf Course Drive, you'll have a bit over 2 Ks before you hit the tracks. The first bit of track is quite muddy, and we've had to put some boards there to get you across that muddy track. The boards are 2.5 metres wide. Obviously, they'll end up being a little bit slippery. They're about 20 metres long. So be very careful through that section. I don't think there's any point in crashing out in the first 3 kilometres of a race. So take it easy through there. Keep your rubber side down. There's a plywood bridge that you've then got to go over to clear another very wet drain, and then you'll be on road proper. There's another, and then about another 300 metres in, there's another plywood bridge. Obviously, you'll see that. The ground around there is a little bit harder, but the water's about that deep. So if you ride the plywood bridge, you'll keep your feet dry. Might be the only time you keep your feet dry, because there's other wet areas. And we warn you now, whilst we've tried really hard to get over all of the worst of them, there is still wet out there. So we warn you now, wet is slippery, stay safe, keep the rubber side down. So there'll be 2 creeks that are flowing a hell of a lot more than they usually do. a whole lot of water's come through there in the past and basically eroded out the creek wider than it usually is. We've built treated pine sleeper crossings for those. They're 3 sleepers wide, so 600 wide. Dismount and cross them safely is our recommendation. There's 2 of those that you'll be crossing in both. One you'll cross in both directions, and one you'll cross only on the way home. So Matt mentioned it. Road rules apply. We have got traffic control stopping cars at certain intersections for your safety. If you see traffic control, it doesn't mean the road is open for you to go nuts and race and be silly. It still have to obey traffic rules, which means you still have to stay on the left and then turn right at the intersection, not cut over, drift over right. We'll have commissaires out on course, and there are police out on course as well to report any incidents they see. Be aware of that. Fines will be applied. The commissaires have already mentioned that fines will be applied liberally, and disqualification if there's multiple infringements. May be the outcome. And so please, we don't want to go through that, and I'm sure you don't either. So stay the left. Be cautious on right turns when there's traffic control. Left turns, obey traffic rules. Stop for cars. Gravel racing rules are usually on open roads, and so those rules you must obey the road rules. Simple as that. If you come across an injured rider, we will have vehicles following the main field, but obviously if you're in the front of the field, please look after each other. If you come across an injured rider, somebody stop for him or her, stay with them. My mobile number is on all number plates. Call that mobile number. We'll get help to you as soon as we can. We've got a great team of medics. There's medics on motos, and they will get to you as soon as they can, or get to the injured rider as soon as they can. But if you could then stay with that rider, you will be credited your position in the field when you get back to the event hub. Stay with them, contact us, and we'll get medics to you. Likewise, if you withdraw from the race at any time or for any reason, please message that mobile number with DNF and your name and category, and we won't have to look for you at the end of the day. We have been changing the courses. There's not been that much change to the gravel course since about 2 weeks ago, but we did do the latest GPX file just yesterday. So if your GPX file doesn't end in the suffix 270722, then it's the wrong one. So please download the latest GPX file. That's very important. If you've got that and you're tracking yourself on that, you won't get lost. In saying that, there are signposts everywhere. The arrows you're using are color coded to your number plate. So in the case of the National Championships for gravel, it's an orange plate and an orange arrow and orange streamer to follow. In the case of the gravel 110, for all comers, it's a blue plate with the blue arrows and the blue tape, blue streamers. Follow those. If you're in trouble or you're not sure which arrow to follow, have a look at the plate and then follow that one, and you won't go wrong. We have marshals out on course. The marshals are there to help. They're going to help you cross roads. They're going to help you at busy intersections, but they're also there to help you if you are in trouble, you don't know where you're going, etc., etc. Be nice to them. I think that's pretty much it. It's going to be a great race. Look, it's a real pleasure to be a part of the Noosa Enduro, and it's a real pleasure to be bringing to you the National Championships for gravel. We can't wait.
Look, one extra thing to mention just is this last turn. So 300 metres to go, you're going to turn into the village, and you've got the last section. If there is an option that you're going to come in a group, please wait until you get around. Once you get through there, you can sprint, you can do whatever you want when you're inside the village complex, but please don't start racing into that final corner. It's still very open roads. It's a busy road. Please, road rules apply at all times until 300 metres to go.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, stay safe, and we're going to have a great weekend, and can't wait to see you Sunday.